Hello, everyone. It is I, Jeff, and this is CJM Extra, and I am here with my friend and co-host,
Michael?
and we are here today to bring you all the fun stuff that we're going to talk about today, which is going to be more about comic creator content and the what is comics. It is an outlet of superheroes and reading and comprehension and
Mm,
all that shit. But but as you already know, if you don't already know, because this is like it goes into like kind of bureaucracy and red tape, that there's all sorts of drama in the comic community regarding like all these famous heroes that came out at the start of 1937, 38, more or less.
38. Start around 38 because Superman was the first superhero comic. Especially.
Yes.
And so there was, of course, drama within his creation, sadly. None of more let's get creators in DC. Yeah, and of course, Batman and his creators had a much, deeper divide, though. She'll get into because we'll also be talking about Bill Finger and his legacy of Batman as well.
And if you don't know who Bill Finger is, we will do the best we can to explain who he is
Yes.
and the importance he is to Batman as a fucking legacy. And
Yeah.
fuck Bob Kane, even though he's already dead. But fuck him. Rest in peace, dude. But you're shady.
Yeah. Rest in peace, but you stole the credit instead of
I
acknowledging other people helped you with the credit.
I did this. It was me. And who would have thought that it was an open book secret? It was an open secret that not many people knew about. I know, for one, never heard of this Bill Finger until I met you and you tried to explain it to me the first time.
Yes.
And I just didn't comprehend it, honestly enough.
Yes. It was an open secret for years. Many in the industry knew it, but no one ever got the cuts like, hey, maybe we should do the correction. Maybe we should push DC to finally admit that, yeah, Bill Finger co-created Batman. He's the one who gave Batman his look. He's the one who came out of Gotham City. He helped like co-create some other characters. I believe Gordon, I think Penguin. I think that was also big. He was also a big part of that. I know he did create the Clock King, and so yeah. So he did a big contribution to Batman's legacy, and yet he didn't get any credit at all. So Bob Kane, because Bob Kane, Bob Kane was sort of good artist. He he had an even bigger like business sense, and him and his father, his father like pretty much outmaneuvered everyone and just created the contract that forever gave it's all me. I'm the one who created Batman all the myth instead of acknowledging Bill Finger, Jerry Robinson, who's another artist who helped contributed to the creation of Joker and stuff. It's like it's a combination of all three, I think, that came up with the idea of the Joker in terms of like the look over here. There's different stories about that, but either way, Bob Kane just said, "Yeah, it's all me," instead of acknowledging that, yeah, help from Bill, J. Robinson, other artists who actually did the work, and all the time we just sit back and do nothing. Yeah, kind of scummy, but yeah, he was brilliant in terms of like creating that type of contract, but definitely a little scummy.
Mm, yes, and It's gonna be a thing that we'll talk
Mm,
about. And also on my screen you also see like some Marvel things too, because yes, of course I'm gonna get a little bit into the whole Stan Lee and Jack Kirby thing because they are the fathers of Marvel as
mm,
we know it, and they always deserve to get the
mm,
utmost respect. Even though in terms of certain things regarding like the X-Men, it was really Chris Claremont who really brought them more back into the brought them
mm,
more into the public eye when he started writing in 1975, which we'll get into just a
mm,
smidge.
yeah.
And I'll say this right now, I'm not the biggest Chris Claremont head. I
Mm,
know of him now and I can appreciate him.
mm,
And all the characters I somewhat know about more or less nowadays, or the more popular ones, they were created by
mm,
him. So these are his creations. So I'll kind of connect the dots with that as well. But I'm not the biggest Chris Clare. I'm not the biggest Chris fan, or at least the biggest Chris person. If you want to know
mm,
more about him, go listen to that Cerebral podcast by
mm,
Connor. He's great. He's a cool. He seems like he's a cool cat. I mean,
yeah.
very into the. He's also LGBTQ. That's good
Mm,
for him, and he's always trying to get people's minds on the fact that there are like a lot of gay content creators out there. So congrats to
mm,
him and everything. Even if I don't really get it, it's great to hear. Sometimes, even though it goes into a tirade about Madeline Pryor or half the characters should be bisexual or gay, and some of them are, but still hearing it right out. Hearing it outright does kind of bring me trepidation. It's like, I grew up in the '90s. I thought it was more about Scott and G, not Madeline Fry. I don't know who the fuck this bitch is, but that's that point.
mm,
I have my different opinions, but I respect him as a
mm,
as a host and everything, and I like his knowledge he has and everything. Depending,
mm, yeah.
but anyway, we'll try to get into all that. But
Mm,
first, I have to apologize for not getting a weekly CJM Extra out. I was dead tired last week and I was just like out of it, kind of. And Mike did something unexpected. He got back into Mike on Mike, so that's a good thing. So go check out Mike's page on YouTube, which I will link this time. I keep forgetting to link this shit on the description shit, so I really gotta start linking my friends and
no
see what he's
problem.
doing.
Yeah, I listed that for my bro. To know later this week. Just not sure what it'll be on, but I'll just think of something.
Yes. So there's Mike on Mike. Then there's Chris's streams of the Spider-Man, which is Wednesdays for now. I think he's got a couple more weeks before he's actually done with it. Then he'll probably move on to something else. And then
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts will most likely be ending soon enough with the
yeah, he's
Either
still
House
got
crew. So we'll see
it.
where this goes in his future. And Persona 5 is on Saturdays, which is almost done. Not really, but almost done. We're almost at the precipice.
Yeah, it's close. It depends
Close.
on how much you get stuck this weekend.
Yes.
Depending, like, you might finish next week, which I'll sadly be missing because I will be on a plane to Miami.
Yeah, we will talk about like future shit with CJM Extra and all that stuff by the end of this conversation.
Yes.
Right now we are going to just start with I guess kind of that's the big shit, which is not really big, but I guess for the geek nerd dork community, it's like we're eating well. On Sunday, we had the fucking Super Bowl, which is just a fucking depressing thing for me because one, the fucking LA won, which is like fuck off with that shit. I don't care. And so Rams beat the Bengals, and I think that is like a conspiracy against the Bengals because something about the referees really
Yeah, the rest called penalties kind of late, like,
like
like,
fuck off with that shit. I mean, I'm not buying into. I never go to conspiracies, but it is like if everyone's
yeah,
saying something about it, it's like, all right,
yeah, I think a lot of, yeah, people like, you call now, like, the, the Death Cowboy kind of YouTube, just like, now you're calling a penalty?
I know. I saw that video. Oh my god, it's like fucking.
Uh,
This shit's funny.
they're like, the commies? What? We're down Russians and commies? I love that video so much. I just like, yeah, sadly it's true.
Something about remember that we beat these guys six teams, it's like for like 6 times. You're still trucking trash.
Yeah, I love him.
And what the fuck was going on with his interpretation of fucking Detroit saying, yes, we did it, Raps, Detroit, yes, we did it. Like, they're getting it, like, they don't even go here. What the fuck?
I think it's because it's Matthew Stafford and it's like, yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, maybe except for this guy. Doctor see the giant guy with the giant lion. Just like, God.
So, we are actually talking about a YouTube who does football content.
Yeah, he is good.
Tom Grossi, I just followed him. I subscribed to his YouTube channel, even though it's at the end of fucking football. So he's out, pretty much out of it for like 6 months.
Yeah, he'll probably bring up some stuff later on. Mainly about his real team, just Packers. By the way, he's a big Packers fan. So, but he does great content for all 32 teams. I like their reactions. My favorite is one of my favorites is Washington because his character is just pretty much a hippie. It's like, wow, our name sucks, or something like that. Or we did like Russian for I hate you, dance matter. It's great.
Yes. So the Super Bowl was Sunday. It was very depressing and sad for me because various reasons. It was a total of both fronts for me. There wasn't really much good food I was eating, and because I don't want to go into it, but it was like depressing on that front, and then depressing for Rams. I was in a total funk, right? So I didn't really pay much attention. And I'll be honest, as much as I appreciate Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, I guess even 50 Cent, whatever, it flashed back to my teenage years when those songs were like pretty relevant and shit, and it's like, it doesn't really bring me any good vibes, honestly, because I didn't really listen to them back when I was a teenager, because I wanted to listen to my own thing, and it was just like this constant nagging thing, and so it's like, you know what, this isn't really for me, so fuck off with this shit, I'm good. So whatever. But apparently, but everyone else, all the older millennials, at this point, loved it. They loved the halftime show. I didn't, honestly. I don't know. I just said, oh, fuck this shit, I'm done. Mike, what's your opinion on the halftime show? If you
I mean, I enjoyed it, but also I got fell asleep a little bit. So
wow.
So I got halfway through, thought it was good, and then eventually right here, nap, and then woke up, saw the game, okay, this is gonna be a close game. I had no real I really didn't care who won, but I was surprised how close it was. So yeah. But overall, it's alright game. Not the best game I've seen, but it was alright.
Yeah.
Commercials were alright too.
I think Bengals should have really wanted just to fuck off with LA and shit, but that's just me. Yes, yeah. I am bitter. Leave me alone. I'm a 49ers fan. I am very bitter towards LA. They were not supposed to win. They didn't even have that many wins. Like, what the fuck? And you guys win the fucking Super Bowl? Shut up with that shit. God damn it.
Yeah, it's because they beat the Buccaneers. That's why.
Cats go meow.
Yeah. If the Buccaneers had pulled back that comeback, it would have been a different story. Either. But once again, Tom Brady can't do everything.
And he might retire. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah, he's retired, but I'm not going to believe it until it's somewhere in the middle of next season. He doesn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I never say never because if he pulls a far, I'm gonna be like, yeah, should've known. Should've known. I believe it when I see it.
Mm. And I'm sorry, forgive me. We're rambling about football. But what I say about the geek nerd dork community ate well is with a certain little thing that spotted came on, and that is Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, that trailer was dropped. They did drop teaser, then they dropped full trailer online. I was like,
And
damn.
it is wild, and it is by the dude who did Evil Dead and Sam Raimi and Spider Man. And thank you, Sam Raimi, for giving us this meal. We will eat this graciously.
Yes, because that trailer was unbelievable. Like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, wow, this is gonna be good. It's gonna be creepy. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see lots of characters from What If 2 a little bit.
and
And
and small cameos for maybe other things too, but we don't know who, but we'll see.
yeah, like we saw like the Ultra Bots, which is insane. Like, okay.
So, and I'm going to go by what Adam from Heroes Before It said, that if you haven't watched, if you haven't watched What If, even though as depressing as it is, you need to watch it just so you're up to date with what happened and who knows some of these characters
Yeah,
in there.
yeah, because yeah, there's a lot of characters that just pop up and all and stuff. And we're gonna be seeing some of that, like like a evil Doctor Strange, another Doctor Strange. Yeah.
And the most important for like all the Fox fans or whatever, X-Men, Professor Charles Xavier, Professor X by Patrick Stewart will most likely be a cameo in this as part of the Illuminati of the multiverse.
Yeah. Illuminati time, baby.
And if you do not know who the Illuminati, they are like, well, not the conspiracy theory of
Yeah,
they run the
not
world.
those. Not the tinfoil hats and the triangle and blah blah blah.
This is like a comic thing of all the head honchos of all the important characters, teams of the Marvel universe come together just to decide certain things, what they should do to move on and progress with their lives and like take care of certain things secretly without their families or teammates knowing. And
Yeah.
the Illuminati comprise of Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, Iron Man,
Uh-huh.
Reed Richards, Black
Uh-huh.
Panther, Black Bolt, Namor, and I know I'm forgetting one more person.
Yeah.
Fuck. Because there were like what, 6 or 7 still? No, it was just 6.
Yeah. That's
There's not 7, there's 6.
it's a
You're right, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. There's only 6. And I got them all right. And actually, it's not T'Challa. It was actually Charles Xavier, Iron Man, Black Bolt, Doctor Strange, Reed Richards, and Namor. Black Panther is added later, and so is Beast. And
yeah.
but other than that, yes.
Uh-huh.
And they pretty much decide that they're going to deal with like all the things that they don't want any of their family members or teammates knowing about because it's shady as fuck, and that they are the head honchos of said teams and everything.
Yeah.
At one point they had at one point each of them had an infinity stone to hide because reasons.
Yep.
And Then it also dealt with them coming back to deal with the beginning of the end of the Marvel Universe with the incursions, which I don't want to explain what that is. Just go look it up on Google. It'll explain it. It led into Secret Wars 2015, which was a big summer and kind of fall event that changed somewhat of the dynamic of the Marvel Universe as we know it.
Yeah, which also ties in, I guess, with the MCU's Secret Wars, Secret Invasion type story loosely. Because once again, it's MCU, so they're not gonna necessarily be one to one, but they're gonna be inspired and thinking like Heroes Ford said, this is probably like a multiversal equivalent.
Yes.
Not necessarily the MCU. Well, it gets this MCU like equivalent, but it's kind of like TVAS. They said kind of, which makes kind of sense because you have Ultron bots arresting Doctor Strange or like guarding him and stuff different. And you hear the great Patrick Stewart voice. We should tell him the truth, but probably won't. Because, yeah, no. So, it's gonna be trippy, and, we got Scarlet Witch. She's gonna be interesting. She might go the dark path. It's gonna be great.
Maybe we don't know because
don't know.
I'm more curious about if she's gonna get those damn kids back finally, so we can just get that out of the way.
I mean, it could be like she might not go back, but like another one from the future might knows. Or never else world knows. Or once again, Marvel they like to hide things or like make things seem, pure what they are. So
yes.
yeah. So I'm just fascinated by it. I'm excited for it. So yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be great to see.
Yeah. It's coming out in May, so I'm excited.
May 6th, though. That's gonna be a Friday. We'll probably go see it Saturday, hopefully.
Yes. Yeah, I should be there. No trips, I don't think. Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, Mike will not be able to go see. Unfortunately, Mike will not see the Batman in March with me. I will have to go see that by myself, which is fine, and I will text him like saying, "Oh my god, it was fucking great!"
Yeah, because I'll probably be back that Sunday, that weekend. So probably see Monday, maybe.
You need to take a day off for the vacation because you need to get your batteries together.
Oh, probably when I'll be back Sunday. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be like, yeah. But then all messages be flooding in probably. But from what I'm hearing from critics, they are like it. So that's good news.
I do not pay attention to any critics anymore. I kind of avoid it until I see it myself. But yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, like those audiences. Oh my goodness, so that's good news.
Andre of Black Nerd Comedy saw it secretly, and he fucking he can't talk about it, but he looked like he enjoyed it.
Yeah. And then of course they dropped a picture of Michael Keaton in his bat suit too. So I was like, yes, Batman fans are eating good.
Yeah, he's supposed to appear and be like a central character in the Flash film.
Yeah, he'll be the Flash. He's also Batgirl.
Which we're so kind of curious about how that's gonna go.
Yeah, because see how he's cool with his J.K. Simmons, like damn. It's looking good.
Yes. And speaking of, and since more nerd geek talk is underway, today, on apparently out of nowhere, Sonic the Hedgehog has decided to drop bombs on us that Sonic 3 is almost going to be in production soon.
Yeah.
So pretty much, it's going to get a fucking sequel, so something's happening down, and we're
Yeah.
gonna get a Knuckles spin-off series.
Yeah, so at some point, does that mean Shadow and Amy Rose gonna come?
I mean, if you well, if they fucking get Shadow the Hedgehog, that shit's gonna be dark as fuck.
Yes, it's chaos time.
If you don't know
What?
who Shadow the Hedgehog is, go play Sonic Adventure 2, one of the best games of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, he's like edgy Sonic, jokingly.
He is an edge lord, but his character's got some good things going on in Adventure 2. If not, like he's like the Vegeta of Sonic
Yeah,
universe.
that's true. He kind of is. I'm here. They need to get him like a Vegeta voice.
Oh god, I don't even want to imagine who's gonna voice
I don't
Shadow
know
though.
who's gonna point him, but like, I thought about for some reason, Jeremy Irons Curry popped in my head for some reason.
Jeremy Irons as Shadow.
I mean, I don't know if he would agree to it, but he'd be an insane choice.
He already did Scar and everything.
That's true, he did.
I think he's done his. I think he's done. I think he might be done with the dark character.
True, but if he wants to go dark, I was gonna Shadow. I mean, that's just a I don't know, top over the top casting. I don't know if they're gonna go with if they do make Shadow like a prominent character in Sonic 3, or tease him at the end of Sonic 3, maybe go for Sonic 4. Who
Most
knows?
likely, who knows?
I was just like, jokingly said, yeah, Amy Rose is gonna pop out at the end credits. It's like, I know.
Amy Rose being the fangirl for Sonic, and she's
Sonic,
she's gained in popularity these past couple of years, being like the main girl for Sonic, maybe for Sonic shippers, but
Yeah, Sonic's like, oh no.
he doesn't know how to deal with her. He's just like awkward with her. Oh god, she's next me.
Yeah, it's like he's scared of her. It's like, oh no. He's like, no, gotta go fast.
And the fact that maybe Shadow has a thing for her secretly. I don't know. It was a thing. It was a fan fiction I read back in the day that Shadow might have had some feelings for Amy just because she reminds him of Maria.
Yeah.
In terms of her asking him like to believe in humanity and everything, even though he's been through some dark shit. You don't have to, but you don't do it for me. Just do it for yourself. Do it for what Maria's ideals stood for you.
Yeah.
But yes, and oh goodness, I cannot believe Idris Elba is still playing Knuckles. So I guess I'm kind of getting used to the fact that he's gonna be fucking Knuckles. I would have gone with Dan Green if he hasn't already retired, but that's just me. I go more by the people who voiced him in the anime.
Yeah. It's rough in the anime. It's like, wow.
But yeah, so Sonic 2, then I guess Knuckles, the Echidna series, and then Sonic 3 is the order, I believe.
Yeah.
A live action Knuckles series, and we don't know what's going to be about, so we have no clue. But clearly, by saying that, Knuckles will most likely not. Of course, you're not going to kill off Knuckles. You'll probably figure out that Eggman's like taking the stupid fucking emerald or whatever that thing is.
Using a gas function sound. Oh, Jim Carrey, he's great.
Jim Carrey eating good too, for God's sakes. He is a fucking perfect Eggman. He makes it his own. It's great.
Yeah, and he also came back to the cable guy commercial.
Oh, I did not pay much attention to the commercials this year.
Yeah, he did come back for a cable guy, just like Myers get back at Dr. Evil for a Motors commercial.
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, okay, cool.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, Jim Carrey having fun.
But yeah, so we got all this good nerd news today. Oh, right, and the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles by Seth Rogen.
Yeah, it looks, the animation poster looks good.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Donatello looking like a grandma. I ain't a fan like it, so I'll have to be convinced.
That was a little weird. Not gonna lie, I'm okay.
Honestly, again, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles peaked for me with the first film in 1990, 91,
Mm-hmm.
Cowabunga dudes, and eating a pizza in the sewer, and whole just being totally just bloody and everything, and just fucking violent. That was the peak right there for that entire set franchise.
That was peak, like, Mirage Comics Turtles right there.
Yes.
And the sequel was like peak 87 Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Like a mix of humorous and kind of cartoonish, but so good.
But the thing about the thing about the 87 to 90s version is it did kind of update its like animation style and music, and the fact that even though it was still kind of kiddie, it was kind of it built a foundation, right?
Yeah, it was so good. Like I still love.
Same here. Don't tell Chris this because he doesn't really think much of the 80s one that we grew up on because he's more of a 2003 one where it takes place with the comic, etc., etc.
I rewatched the Turtles Forever one, yeah. The poor 87 one are kind of like treated sort of like as jokesters a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like how like the Mirage Turtles like, you know what? Like I like the name on the belt. So I got like
LDRM.
yeah, so like okay, so there's like okay. I mean at the end they like all kind of like respected each other because I saw that Turtles Forever like a couple days ago. It was
I
alright.
I can only imagine it's on YouTube for free because I never really truly watched it.
Yeah, it's on YouTube basically for free. Yeah, the 87 Shredder. Yeah, let's free the evil Shredder from his
But I
friend.
don't want. Oh my god! By the late Uncle Phil, may you rest in peace.
Yeah, actually,
But I don't want to. I don't want to be a Dimension X. I want to conquer Earth.
I think the 28 was the 12 series like brought back the original voice actor for Clang for one of those episodes.
Oh, nice, nice.
And Pat Fraley, who was also was back stuck in that series and other characters. But yeah, I think they brought him back, and because I think it's like the 87 version came back. So I think Kevin Michael Richardson, who I think took over as voice Stratus because James Harris has like passed away by that point. Like damn, okay. Yeah, I read somewhere, but it was cool. Yeah, but it was interesting to see that 2003 reacted to the goofier counterparts, but still they eventually found a way to respect each other.
Mm-hmm.
Along with Mirage, you know, the black and white, serious, gritty turtle. And there's a joke like, why are they narrating? Like, whole action. Things like Leo's like, Leo and Raph was like narrating them like jumping down. Damn. And then they took out the Shredder pretty quickly because all the others started throwing vegetables stuff at him. He just trips fall off the roof like, damn. Okay. Like, damn. That was kind of humorous. I go.
So we got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles talk in with the Sonic the Hedgehog talk. And there's one more bit of news that just dropped today in the morning, which is, I'm not sure if it's like controversial at this point because whatever, but
Yeah.
we got Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh yeah. The it's a thing. I'm actually curious about this because
Same.
it's like okay, combination of 2D like Bunch Rabbit with 3D like like the Chipmunks movie. It's like interesting thing, and we get to see get a Roger Rabbit.
Roger effing Rabbit, who we've not seen in 30 years.
Yeah, I hope it's Charles Shearer or Chess Cornell, like one of those voice actors back as Roger Rabbit. Like that'd be cool.
It would be very cool to see, and how even though it's a cameo, I'm amazed that we didn't see that talking baby or Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, like that'd be the breath of back.
And if you don't know who Roger Rabbit is, go watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one of the best peak moments of WB Disney coming together in a
Yes,
movie.
it's actually the movie is so good that even the author says, if this is canon now, F his own book, he said. Because that's how much he loved. Like, please, I'm dropping us on a comic book sequel, which
Mm-hmm.
brings back evil Justice and gives us his backstory.
Ah, interesting. So there was a sequel in a
Yeah,
comic.
I heard
Okay,
like a couple of stuff.
interesting.
Yeah, because I have the the original book that inspired the Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's good, but yeah, the movie's interesting, better, I think.
It turned boys into men, okay, or let them go into puberty very early in their lives. Seeing Jessica Rabbit sing that song, "What's a what's a good man do" or something like that,
Yeah.
and the fact that it's like Mario, like what that was Mario, right?
Yes, yes. Bob Hoskins, late great Bob Hoskins.
Great
Yes,
actor. Oh my
great
god.
actor. Mario, he did other characters as well. Good actor. May he rest in peace.
Rest
He's
in peace.
good.
Continue resting in paradise, Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, good actor. I think his last role then was in the Snow White movie from several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it was like one of the tours or something. I forget.
Hmm.
Yeah, my yeah.
So the premise for the Chip and Dale thing is they were on top, of course, because if you were a kid back in the late '80s, early '90s, you know that they were big with Ducktales and Tailspin, all that
Yeah,
shit.
which we do see cameo on screen.
Yes. And Paula Abdul and Scat Cat from that song "Opposites Attract" or whatever.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I never thought that would be a thing. That's fucking canon now. Ah!
Yes. It's like that. Like, when I saw that, it's like it brought all the feels back to Disney afternoon.
And if you don't know
There
what
you
Disney Afternoon is, Google it, YouTube it. It was our past. It was wonderful. Man, that was
go.
great shit.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Like, holy, that's what got me excited for the, voices. You might have to get used to it a little bit, but
Okay, yeah, they don't have the original voice actors for for this movie or series, and it's okay. I mean, I enjoyed John Mulaney's comedy act, so I can deal
yeah,
with him being Chip. I don't mind. Dale,
yeah,
I'll have to grow into him because I don't understand.
yeah, grow into it a little bit. It's like, it's alright.
It's not
Now,
bad. It's not like Smurfs or Tom and Jerry bad because it's not even out yet, so I'm not passing judgment.
oh, good. That was good. I mean, it's good if you're like Nicolas Cage, maybe.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
It's not bad in the slightest. It looks intriguing at best. So, and I don't think the us geriatric millennials have completely passed it up, because if you're talking about it, you know you're gonna watch it. You're gonna
Yeah,
hate watch it or something. Something's gonna go down.
probably. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and it's gonna either be alright or it's gonna be better than what I expect. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, same here. I am curious to see how this goes, because there's like all these references to all these cartoons and even anime when they go to like Comic Con, and when in the one part of the trailer.
Oh yeah, yeah, and like yeah, I got the 3D makeover. Like what?
Dale, well, of course Dale would. I can believe
Yeah,
it,
damn, of course
honestly.
you can. And then fits his character. Like it started laughing. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's little fucking the Viking dude or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like are you really looking at something that like it looks like you're looking to the side. Uncanny valley.
Seth fucking Rogen. I thought he should be getting buzzed somewhere or something.
Yeah, but I guess that's a good idea.
God, I think of Seth Rogen now. I can't help but think about Sausage Party that we talked about on like Sunday or whatever. God damn it!
So that's Friday. He's gonna be in the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Oh my God, like voicing Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, like I still can't believe that's the thing. Like, really, I'm still laughing. That Chris Pratt
Chris fucking Pratt is Mario.
I'm still like, I still can't wrap my head around that. Like, okay.
The thing is, with all the Sonic news, it really could have just been deliberate, because it's like Sonic is pretty much at this point outpaced Mario, Chris Pratt in the long run.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like in movies, yeah. Like Sonic, baby. The movie's great.
Because
Game, hit or miss.
it's a balancing effect. Remember how back when we were kids, Sonic was like one of the biggest things out there, and Super Mario just could barely keep up, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
But then as Sonic got older, or as we got older, just the games just kind of got kind of bad, or just like
Yeah, and the games kind of went downhill at time. Like there's some good ones, but there also some bad ones.
yeah. And Mario came out of the blue with the Wii and the Nintendo U, and then the Switch, and he's just become more of a household name. But when Chris Pratt decided, then when the news broke about Chris fucking Pratt, fucking Stick Lord, is gonna be voicing Mario over the original actor who's voiced him for many years.
Yeah,
Mario's become a fucking joke for the nerd geek dork community.
Yeah, I died. Remember when like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be selling these Super Mario games like after certain hours. So, like everyone took, oh no, Mario died. or Sephiroth that's his shirt things. So everyone thought, oh no, they killed Mario. No, they didn't. But it's just funny because it's the way he looked. Oh no, Mario's dead.
Now he's dead. What?
That's remind me of Yamcha with deep voice. I'm not dead. No, I'm not. Yamcha's dead. No, I'm not. Goku's dead. No, I'm not. I can't remind me of that.
Yes. So, so with all this news of Sonic, Chip and Dale, a little bit of fucking Mario, sadly, and oh right, who was supposed to? I think what's her name? Anya. I think.
Yeah.
I think she's supposed to voice Peach.
Yes, from the New Mutant.
She was in New Mutants. She's also been in that Netflix movie about the girl with chess or checkers, no chess or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think she's a great actress because I'm telling you, I watched that film, A Night in Soho, which I completely thought was totally fucking great, and I love that
Yes.
film. She was great in that film.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage everyone to go see A Night in Soho just to see her acting chops and know that it doesn't really matter who. I mean, honestly, I don't care who voices Peach because like Peach is just there. Honestly, I get it. She's
She's like,
prominent, but it's like she's just she's always gonna fucking kidnap and she's not putting out whatever. Fuck her.
yeah, let's see, put in her own game. She does have a couple of games where she's like throwing stuff or using her pellets and stuff. But yeah, or Mario 2. Yeah, sadly they don't give her enough credit. Really?
True, true, and she's like in those Olympic games and the kart games or something, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Peach is just there. I can admit it. She's just there.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just like when like Daisy and like there's this webcomic where like Prince like being all properly like nervous about meeting Daisy and Daisy's like yeah y'all and something like that and like Peach is like what or like it's a takeoff of that oh no she's got a joke because there's a Pokemon one it's like oh no she's Scottish because something like joke is like damn
You can't understand what Scottish people say. Their accents are that thick.
yeah, and like he's like, what? Because Daisy's is like speaking all like tomboyish, and Daisy's like, or Pete's supposed to be proper. It's funny. He's like, what? It's like Pete's brain just broke.
Mm.
That's fun.
But yes, all the nerd geek news has been established for now. It's only Tuesday, I guess, and
Mm-hmm.
and I think is there anything else you want to? Is there anything we missed for today, or are we good with this?
I think we got it.
Okay, so we are actually 47 minutes in, so forgive me. So the rest of this video is going to be more about what we're going to talk about right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I stated, this is going to be more about the creators behind all the superheroes we know in the current zeitgeist that have impacted the world and the pop culture zeitgeist and comic community and being of a nerd, geek, dork, whatever you want to call us, kind of
Mm-hmm.
social sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And firstly, when you think of say like DC, you put
Mm-hmm.
respect in the name of DC, even if you don't read the comics lately, or
Mm-hmm.
however this goes. Like Superman, the Man of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
He was created in 1938, being the first superhero to come out of and created by two Jewish creators and fathers of DC,
Mm-hmm.
more or less, Joe Shuster and Jerry Siegel.
Mm-hmm.
And what you know about Superman, yes, he is that famous cover of him holding the truck up from the train or something. That old
Yes.
famous comic you know about, like somewhere in the back
Mm-hmm.
of your head.
Yes.
He was the first superhero, and yes, he never flew to begin with. He got flight later. They just added on to Superman's
Yes.
character what he can do and what he can't do with the
Yes.
golden silver age of comics, which is the most notorious thing of any of the superheroes we will mention here.
Yeah, I think they didn't add that to like after like the radio show,
Hmm.
right on radio show, I think, because Superman originally all he could have done was leap tall buildings.
In a single bound.
It's like, and then I think like cartoon series stuff flying a little bit,
Yes.
like those cartoon serials, like no, 40s.
Yes.
Fighting off giant robots and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Good times.
And so we got Superman leading the charge. Then we get to Mike's most favorite comic hero of all time, Batman,
Yes,
by
Batman.
Bob Kane. And I actually had this written down for myself.
Yes,
And I did this on purpose. Bill Finger and Bob Kane. Bob
yes.
had a slight idea. Bill had the brains of everything. He
Yeah.
created all of even though that was the design for Bob Kane, Bill was the one to establish more of the change of the initial design of Batman from being a blonde dude with a red outfit, which was just totally loud in bat wings with a cape, cowl, and no one
Yeah.
knew who he was.
Yeah. To the more familiar cape, wings, and stuff, and the mythos. Because if you see Bob Kane's Batman, it's like it
It
looks
was
like
very loud, very, very
it
loud.
was loud. It's like it's like any other sort of age, golden age, generic superhero
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
at the
mm-hmm.
time, and didn't look nothing like us what we know now. And Bill Finger said, "Yeah, let's change that." So he looks different because they wanted to do the opposite of Superman.
Yes.
Have the characters like human, a little bit darker, serious, and there we go. And he has Batman from early on, like maybe one or a couple issues, carried guns and actually killed people or killed his enemies, or was like, didn't care. They actually changed that really quickly because it's reminiscent of Shadow, like pulp, pulp detective slash, not like stories from 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And a good radio show, stuff like that. And there's something similar to it, except for Shadow, and like a little bit convoluted story with that character because, and radio honestly simplified it because I got rid of the whole convoluted thing of being the character of the Shadow and Mark Cranston in the original, like, Paul books was two separate characters.
Mm-hmm.
And the Shadow, like, pretty much stuff Mark Cranston, like, disguise himself as Mark Cranston so that he can utilize his stuff for his space operations. Got a little bit convoluted in that when I recall, but like there's an actual step there, and the radio Teresa said we're just gonna make Lamont Cranston as if he's Shadow, and none of this guysing fake bullshit and stuff, and like persuading Lamont Cranston's a rich playboy, more or less.
Mm.
Yeah.
And with that, Bill Finger. And why do I bring up Bill Finger? I watched that documentary today called Batman and Bob, Bill.
Yes.
And that was just talking about the whole Bill Finger thing being part of the creation, if not most of all of Batman, and by this dude who was also an author and writer named Mark Nobleman, brought to light
Yes.
on Finger but brought to light everything about Finger by going through extensive research of the man behind Finger, because he was pretty much he was not known at all. He was like a shadow in the wings and the enthrallment of the whole Bob Kane fiasco.
Yeah. And he wrote I guess like to go on a children's book about Bill Finger and Bob Kane, which inspired the like documentary movie, which I do have, by the way. I do have that
Nice.
book. Actually, just get a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do have that book. It's really good, and I first started hearing about like Bill Finger because of Mark Tyler Woman, like his Twitter. I saw his book, was intrigued, got it, read it, like damn, and then as Bill Finger's like granddaughter was on Twitter, by the way, and I follow my account. She's around, and yeah, she was actually present for like 71st, 75th, panel, with, like, Mike Oslin was the executive producer of all Batman films.
Mm-hmm.
He acknowledges Bill Finger because he wrote about it. He actually talked about how he met Bill Finger. It was an open secret that Bill Finger was pretty much what we say the creative force behind Batman. Mike Oslin kind of brought Bill Finger to my attention, and Mark Nobleman kind of reinforced this idea of need to give credit. Like, I think around about the same time, because I read Mike Oslin's book about his love of Batman comic.
Mm-hmm.
It took him pretty much 10 years to get Batman up, launched, the 89 Batman film, because he secured rights in 79, took about 10 years because Hollywood was like, oh, we gotta have a Batman film. Would be like a joke, blah blah blah.
Because of the Adam West show, which is good, which is funny, but it was
It
very camp,
was
very
fun,
camp.
and yeah, it's campy, but it was a lot better than what they were doing in the '60s with Batman, because Batman in the '60s was, it was like, it was far cry from what it was in the '40s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like battling giant alien ants. Yeah, yeah,
Giant alien ants.
yeah. It's like one cover of song. It's all like alien ants. Like, oh, God.
Okay. I learned something.
No wonder it was got canceled. Canceled. Because they're doing shit like that. It deserves to cancel. But but yeah, but thankfully it was thanks to Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns and The Killing Joke giveaway that pushed for Batman to finally get made. It's a show that, yes, a dark Batman film can work, and Tim Burton read The Killing Joke and first comic, by the way, and he loved it. So that helped him push forward with the Batman.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And with all that established, with the whole Bill Finger Batman scenario, with Batman being from dark to campy of the '60s, and then, as Mike said, with Frank Miller's whole Dark Knight and The Killing Joke, which also has its own controversy in critiquing. I, for one,
Yeah,
I still don't like what they did to Babs.
yeah,
Immensely. That's just a fucking sexist.
yeah. Even on horror stuff, I never intended this to be canon. DC thought this is a great idea. No, but then again, DC created fridging. Yes.
Yes, they did create fridging, and why does fridging? It was established when Kyle Rayner's girlfriend literally got fridged and everything.
Yeah, she got killed and they stuck her in the refrigerator. It's like, damn.
And Gail Simone brought that term into fruition like in the '90s or something.
Yeah, because she didn't know to live it down. Yeah.
And it pretty much established that comics are could be sexist to all the female characters with no agency.
Yeah.
Or at least the ones who are not superheroes, and we'll just say, "Oh, let's kill her off." Like this is before the Gwen Stacy. This is before the Gwen Stacy thing of the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's like here's for like mention like bridging again. It's like um killing off a. This is involved with like May a little bit. Like you gotta like kill her off, and you know it. Yes, it's like bring up the whole very part, very responsibility, and that kind of like furthering a male storyline. It's like I see what they're going with, because once again, like we kill off a female character or we do something horrible because either the character got stale, no idea what to do, is kind of bad, and even now more like regrets doing the storyline because he envisioned this as like the Elseworld story, not canon for like Batman, like Gaslight, which is a Elseworld story set in like Victorian era, like Jack the Ripper
Mm-hmm.
deal. Like, and I bring it up because the author recently passed away. Um, and so it's kind of sad because it's like very well known, very popular, where like on a lot of guard records. But it's like he never intended to be canon. But I guess because like this whole debate when did Batman kill the Joker because Grant Morrison says or this standing just ended because now with Super ending, which I still think is weak. It's a weak ending and kind of overrated story in itself. But but uh, like like the Killing Joke opened up a lot of like stuff. Yeah.
I have a question. I'll
Yeah.
get back to the Bill Finger things in a minute. I have a quick question for you. Where the fuck was Dick Grayson during this time when Babs got shot doing the Killing Joke, even though it was just focused on Batman, Babs, and Jim and Joker?
I think he was Nightwing at this point because this is from the Jason Todd era.
Oh, okay.
Like shortly after Jason Todd gets blown up because fans just said fuck him more or less
We
because
don't like Jason. He sucks as Robin. We love him as Red Hood later.
yeah, like it's like they did a comment and like the fans said just kill him, blow him up, like
That's the okay. That's the okay. That is a well-known legend at this point in time about that whole someone called in constantly saying just kill him off, or whatever. Just kept
yeah, because like they did like a hotline, like, hey, should we save him? Call this number, say yes or something, or no, and so we like no, so they just blew him up and the death of the family. Yeah, great times being a Batman
that was
fan.
in the 80s, and this was after Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Yeah,
which is a
they
reboot of DC's continuity to get everything fresh and
yeah,
become the heroes that we know today, more or less.
yeah. This is around Batman was coming out, so yeah, good time.
Yeah. But with everything I have just discovered with the Batman scenario and the Joe Shuster thing, because I decided to bring this all up and everything, I made sure to mention about this one also important thing, which is also I think it's very crucial that everyone knows this, even if they don't really not get it, but this is really important. Let's say that the creators of Superman and Batman, and also some in the Marvel characters that we know more or less today, they were all Jewish. They were all of Jewish descent.
Yes.
Joe Shuster, Jay Siegel, Jewish creators, fathers of DC. Bill
Mm,
Finger and Bob Kane were also Jewish.
so
Of Jewish descent, they were like a certain different brand of Jewish, but they were Jewish.
mm-hmm. Yes.
Jewish men brought to life all these heroes that we know about and debating and shit. They came from Jewish people of Jewish faith, or at
Mhm.
least
Yeah.
of family lineage.
Yeah, like Superman's like an allegory to Moses in a way.
Hmm.
You know, baby gets saved and her place. Moses, like baby down the river, gets saved. Superman saved from his planet exploding, you know. So, so it's got similar parallels to it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
So they're all Jewish. That's another important factor. Also, with one, of course, I'm going to bring up our girl Wonder Woman. She was
Yeah.
created by the creative mind of William Moulton Marston. He was a
Mm-hmm.
psychiatrist and he was a psychologist, forgive me, psychologist and inventor of the early lie detector. He was
Yes.
apparently very kinky, and he had like a
Yes.
wife, and they also had a life partner, which influenced the foundation of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, him and his wife were into like kinky stuff that is probably normal by today's standards, but back 40s, late 30s or 40s, like
It was very, very, very. It was very beaten. The knees are shaking. We can't let anyone know. This got to be kept inside the house at all times.
yeah, it's like it's like an open secret. It's like it. And,
Actually, I should consider rereading some of these books, like that thing I had like on my Kindle a couple of years ago
yeah,
about Wonder Woman and the Batman thing too. Actually,
yes, yeah,
but I'm not sure. I didn't say he was Jewish as well, but he was like a psychologist. So that's also big with Wonder Woman,
mm-hmm.
with the
Yeah,
whole bondage situation and being a woman, and he loved women a lot. So Wonder
yeah,
Woman was his pride and joy, and she was also part of, I guess, DC's branding before they all joined forces in the Justice League in the 40s for that whole for World War
mm-hmm.
II or whatever, and fictional stories have happened. Even though Wonder Woman was the first woman hero, uh,
Mm-hmm.
she was pretty much classified as just being a secretary for the Justice League, like because like what the fuck? It was the 40s. There was
Mm-hmm.
still it was still a thing against sexism. The whole sexism thing wouldn't really be changed until like the 1960s, more or less, with like all the powerhouse movements of women in the black thing too. So it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
This was the 40s, people. We were
Mm-hmm.
not here. It was a different time entirely. We have to acknowledge this shit. The heroes that we know of that's back then were totally different interpretations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For as much as Mike loves Batman and I fucking enjoy Superman, the sad
Mm-hmm.
truth is that they do come from some not by the creators themselves, but more of the storylines they were involved in at the time, which was very out there and very outdated. That and to the point like they would never pull this shit off today, even if they wanted to, they would never do it.
Yeah,
They couldn't
because
get away with it nowadays, but with very good reason. So it's a
yeah,
good thing they changed with the
product
times.
of their time. Let's just say that some of the early stuff they talked about. Yes, you can still read some of their early stuff because they collected a lot of the early stories in volumes, which I do have some early Batman stuff, which is interesting. Kind of like compare like from today's standards. Yeah, it's a thing.
Mm, mm, mm.
Like some of the stuff you like, wow, they really got away with. Boner jokes like Joker and his like weird boner joke is like okay. Yeah, they're in some weird shit back then. I can tell you.
Yeah, you could just Google like Golden Age Batman, Superman, any of the comics back then. You'll see
Yeah.
the most bonker. Yes, I'm using the word bonkers storylines, images you will ever go with. It is a fever dream.
Yeah. It's like okay, Joker.
Even Wonder Woman went through that shit too because reasons.
Yeah.
All these characters went through shit back then, and it's it was more propaganda for the war and
Mhm.
then the coming out of the war and then other factors. And sometimes the comic thing kind of slowed down due to the whole the little boomer aspect of our parents being born after World War II, and it was a big thing. Um, Apparently, but as you might not know, comics did have a slow period before it became more relevant and again. But by the 1960s, things were changing with like all these movements and of the women and the black movement and every movement you can think of
Yeah.
to really establish change was happening. Well, for us in America and everything. I can't say anything for anyone in other countries. Forgive me. I'm an American. I'm speaking through the history things that I'm aware of. And then by 1961, there was another change. Like, I believe Stan Lee did kind of work for DC for a bit, but he wanted to create his own
Yeah.
story. What
Yeah.
with the fabled Jack Kirby as well, artist Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
If you ever talk to Chris, he loves Jack Kirby a lot, immensely.
Yes, because I believe Stanley also did some work on Batman comics too.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Because
yes.
he also knew Bob Kane, because he and Bob Kane were friends.
Oh wow. Okay.
Uh, and stuff, and he had like when he was alive, he had like this story about like Bob Kane and then would like play the who can come in late game for restaurants or like stuff. Like,
Sheesh.
like if Bob Kane came in like 15 minutes late, Stanley would come in 20 minutes late. If it's like weird, like back forth. Was gonna be late, and I think it's like Bob Kane was always late, so it just became like a running joke between the two.
Interesting.
So that's a little bit of like humor that Bob and Stan had with each other.
We got to remember they were also people who knew each other. The comic community do know each other.
Yeah,
Even
and
in this day and age, all the writers for this whole thing were against DC, against Marvel, against Image, against all these other shit and Dark Horse. They
it's
all
it's
relatively hang out in the same spaces.
it's a fan invented thing. Most of the time,
We fans created this. We are nothing but assholes to these writers.
because the writers at one point have written pretty much wrong. Like Marvel, DC, Image, Mirage, at one point, they've done like work with one of those big studios and stuff. At some point,
Hmm. They all know each other. Scott Snyder knows like Kelly Thompson, maybe, or at least knows of her. It's all connected. It's a big thing. I'm going by
Jim Lee did some stuff for Marvel.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Todd McFarlane at one point,
mm-hmm.
and he's like big in DC, like the hierarchy and stuff.
It's a thing. It's lovely to see that they all know each other. I remember watching one of Scott Snyder's videos on YouTube about him being like like him getting started with the writing thing in DC, and he mentioned that him and his wife
Uh-huh.
he got pissed off at one of the parties and everything. He just like, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm gonna go to the Marvel. I'm gonna go to the Marvel New Year's Eve party and have a fun time or something because he was pissed off or something with Batman or whatever. And then apparently word got out that Scott left the party and it was like he was pissed off and everyone at the Marvel party saying like, Scott, are you okay? you stormed out and punched someone? No, I didn't punch anyone, dude. I'm just pissed off about shit. I'm pissed off at the bureaucracy of everything. God, it was great. Go watch that if you can find Scott Snyder's YouTube. Go watch that video of him just talking about his experience. It's fun. I love. Scott
Yeah,
Snyder's a great.
he's a
Well,
great guy.
he's a great writer, even if it's like kind of contrived with some of the things he did with Batman. Well, for me, it was more.
Well, some of his decisions were like okay, but I do like his Corral run. That was brilliant. Like start to a new was a new storyline. Great start.
I mean, fucking Black Mirror, as I'm told, is fucking dark and scary and great.
It is good. It's legit good.
And
Yeah.
oh fuck the fucking owls. I
The Court of Owls.
the fucking court of owls. I remember reading that one day in 2016 or whatever, and texting you as I'm reading, saying, "Oh my god, what the fuck is going on with these damn owls?"
Yeah, and then they're brutal. And then the whole Joker thing. Yeah, that's
Okay, the
weird.
Joker thing was just nonsense to me. The fucking face and being three fucking Jokers in the same timeline. What?
Yeah, and that's like let's cut off my face to prove like
You always use that image though. Back in a couple of years when we were getting to know each other, you always use that fucking image. Always.
that's like so weird. I don't know why. I don't know why. This is like that's just Joker. Weird.
Drawn by Greg Capullo.
That's great. He's a great artist.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So pretty much we created the fucking. Oh god, I can't believe as a fan we created it. God damn it, I feel so bad that there's not even no beef with any of them that we know of. It's like, damn, we did this. We are the ones that did this, not them.
We watched it because I remember when DC moved their headquarters to California because Warner Bros. Wanted them to be there. Like Marvel kind of put out like a sad like emoji, like we'll miss you. Marvel Comics is still in New York.
Of course, Marvel Comics is always in New York along with DC, but when they moved, it was a big thing. Like, what? They're moving to the West Coast?
Yeah, it's like yeah. And Warner. Yeah.
Well, Warren. Okay, If you don't know by Mike's tone of voice, if you don't know, I'm sorry. That's the word of the night. Take a shot if you hear me say if you don't know or whatever. WB high executives don't know what the fuck they're doing with their characters, and the DC movies are total shit at this point. It is chaos, literal chaos.
Yeah, and they have no idea what they want, and it's so boggles my mind they don't know Superman. That really just like man. No wonder they can't get Superman right.
As much as praise as I give BVS for making me a Superman fan, if you don't know, I became a Superman fan immensely thanks to this movie. The whole thing was Zack Snyder's run as a movie director. He got the cinematography right. The story was just total shit.
Yes.
I will never forgive the fucking nonsense that fucking Gotham City is across the bay from fucking Metropolis. I don't believe that shit for a minute. I still don't forgive that shit.
Yeah, it's not across
the bay. Take a helicopter, Lois. Come on, bro.
Gotham City is pretty much New Jersey. In this universe, I think Metropolis is probably near Indianapolis. Maybe. I'm not sure where exactly, but
It's like a couple of miles. It probably takes like a couple of hours to get there if you drove.
Yeah, it's close to Chicago. So it's a weird like choice, I guess. The whole like twins thing, like one side is like all supposed to be bright, hopeful, and the other side's like dark, gloomy, and just like vengeance. They still didn't quite get Superman right. I guess that's what they're going with symbolically. Like Superman still kind of like in his emo phase. Batman was like yeah.
He was cranky. God.
Batman's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill everyone. Like, I don't get no shits anymore.
And we don't even know who, and we still don't know to this day, even though there are rumors about the whole empty Robin casket or whatever, that image.
Yeah, like they just wasn't just dick those killed. thing. And I'm George Jason Regan, which one, and yet Joker somehow alive. Then Joker somehow just like got lucky and didn't get killed, or 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 just locked up and only got out. Weird decisions then you.
But yeah, BVS was a thing that which really started the movement of Zack Snyder's universe or whatever. But BVS was met with a lot of opinions by nerds and angry white nerds and maybe us too, who knows. I wasn't upset by it. Chris vehemently hates that film for some reason.
Lex
Luthor, yeah, well, yeah.
He just
I can Lex is just there. He's just a character, like whatever.
Yeah, I think of him more as like Alexandria Luthor from Crisis.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
He feels more like that character. That's what I was hoping.
They should have just established he was Alexander Luthor. I'm the son of Lex Luthor. Okay.
Like Lex Luthor's like in jail or something, or comes out, and yeah.
And along with I stand by the lowest line is this fucking Sakura free shipping on Sakura. What the it's his mother's name. Coming out of it.
That's his mother's name.
It's Martha.
Why do you say that name? Oh.
It's his mother's name too. It's his mother's name.
Oh god.
Oh my god! She just comes out of the fucking ether, just runs dramatically to the fucking Batman about to, I guess, kill Superman. Oh god.
Ready to Lambe Superman.
Save Martha!
Because Batman was like being like super angry emo.
For some odd reason, I don't get why. It's whatever.
I'm angry. This alien destroyed everything. I'm gonna start killing. Because I feel way useless. Like, okay.
But they were able to come together with fucking Diana Prince or Wonder Woman to defeat what's that thing's name? Doomsday?
Yeah, Doomsday. It's on Doomsday.
And it was something like, okay, I mean, I didn't dislike it. I actually thought it was great. Well, the fucking extended cut or whatever is great. It gives you more context, like with the whole. It's better, honestly.
Yeah, that's something they should have done more, like setting up for that universe. Like, I think they should have done a Batman film for this BVS thing, maybe. Kind of set up the universe a little bit more. Or
not just throw us in with the Batman being a very mean old man and shit.
Yeah, because I think if they set up Batman's backstory a little bit, like why he's on this dark emo wrath thing. I'm not saying it's gonna be well received, but I think okay, you got better context. It's okay, whatever it is, maybe, but so they that's the thing. What Marvel got right was they set up their characters, even though yes, we know Batman's history, and this might have been him trying to deconstruct these two iconic characters. You know, you don't need to, because these characters are supposed to be bigger than ever.
Than petty squabbles and the decommission of their characters and archetypes.
Yeah, so I think if he had set up for Man Steel, despite his controversies with Zod and Puck and being a dick, we could have moved on and let's establish Batman's universe, his legacy, and stuff. No need recap of what happens to his parents. What start what leads Batman to being like this version.
He didn't have his sons. He didn't have the more of the connections with to keep him stable.
Yeah, because that's what I'm like. Was Chris about? So if they done that, then some previous like third film, okay, maybe okay now it's more reasonable, maybe okay, but yeah, I think they should have done that first, then BVS or some setup, because you gotta set up your universe. Like Marvel, build up its characters. We got Iron Man. He was a D-lister for a while. Now he's popular because of Avenger. Good storytelling. You build up your characters first, and then, well, like whatever universe you're trying to build, then the money and profits come. You gotta work first.
Yes.
Like you just can't jump on. Let's bring in the Justice League.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of a rough start, and even for Zack Snyder. And then it just moved on to the Joss Whedon Justice League, which was just total trash. Unfortunately, it was total trash, and all that controversy that's come out of this now with the Me Too movement and him being a dick, an asshole. Look, read up on the article that came out recently about Joss Whedon. It'll turn your hair white, or just make you cringe and make you think that you gotta separate the art from the person. I still enjoy Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the lore, but my God, some of that shit is now put under a microscope with me, and it's like the fucking shit he pulled with some of those female characters now it brings a better perspective now. Like, ooh, he really did decide to kill off a lesbian character just for a story.
No, it's like what's the little like killing a female to further a male storylines.
Oh, the worst thing is about the fact that the killing of Tara for Willow, one of the more popular characters of the Scooby Gang, powerful witch, fucking great. The thing is, she was killed by a cis white dude. This dude who thought he deserved everything, a total nerd, right? One of us, whatever.
Yeah.
She was killed by a nerd, a cis white nerd who thought he could be better, and he was just pissed off at someone who was better than him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that shit just infuriates me now. Like, oh my God, you're giving the geek culture a bad name, dude. Seriously, on many fronts.
It's like it was an incel.
Thank you. He was an incel. Oh my God. What the fuck?
It's like, oh God.
Killed by an incel. What? That's the fucking nightmare. When the incels just snaps and goes after someone. That is a fucking nightmare right there.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
I'm sorry, I'm being dramatic, but my God, it just brings into context now. Like, oh my God.
Especially since his own behavior was questionable. Like, yeah.
Yes. But anyway, the Joss Whedon's Justice League, which we saw, was we got no opinion. I mean, I have no opinions anymore about it. Like,
I put it as my least favorite. You know, I thought originally it was just good.
Yeah, it was like all right, decent maybe, but
yeah, but it's like my least favorite of the DC films that have been released since 2012. I'm saying because I like previous DC films a lot more. Like 89 Batman, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Batman Returns, Superman 78. I like more. Like these are like not order, but it goes to like be my order. Or just like I put those films above some of these current films. Except for Wonder Woman, so I think Wonder Woman is really good.
Wonder Woman made me tear up with that trench scene. I actually teared up like, oh my
Yeah, no, that's just beautiful. And of course, Shazam, love it. Like that.
Oh, I have to watch Shazam again, bro. It's been too
It's a
long.
super villain. It's a super villain.
It's a super
Super villain. Oh. That make me like, yeah, it's good. Like, okay, those are good films, but like some of these other films can be better. Like some BVS, Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's part cut could have been shorter.
It really needed to be shorter. That is needlessly long, if not good, but still.
Yeah, eliminate like a lot of slow motion scenes that would help, and you can like get rid of that whole nightmare sequence and need to be in it at
Oh
all.
my god, yes! We don't need it.
I literally hated that part. When I got to this, oh my god, no! Like I was like, I rolled my eyes when I saw trailer. She was like, no.
I have no words. I'll let Michael. This is Mike's baby right here. I'll let him rant about it.
But like if Chris hates Lex Luthor, I hate. Well, I'm not. I don't want to punch Jared Leto, but I do not like Jared Leto's Joker at all. I think he shouldn't have been in that film, and quite frankly, they deleted his scenes from Dire Suicide Squad. I'd be like, just make it better.
Mm.
because yeah, he didn't bring much to the table at all. And he's got his own like issues, but yeah, like yeah, maybe he should just stick to singing. Sorry, I don't believe he's a good actor. Maybe in Blade Runner, but then again, he's like a douche anyways, and so maybe who knows. But that's another rave for time. So yeah.
So pretty much the DC universe that we had now ranted about for like almost 25 minutes. It's a problem now. Even though they've now kind of calmed down and maybe gone
Yeah,
with. I mean, fucking Peacemaker's like on everyone's lips now.
yeah, I like Peacemaker's good because you have James Gunn. He's got full control, and so he knows what he's doing. Executives don't. Sadly, Superman. Yeah. Anyway, so and right now it looks like with Michael Keaton and Batgirl, that's gonna be interesting. Flash. Um, don't really like Flash's design, but whatever. Um, I haven't seen much to know what to think about except that Michael Keaton's in that film. So yeah, and then the Batman we have in a couple weeks. That might be like the highlight this year.
The peak of Batman will be Robert Pattinson's The Batman.
Yeah, that might totally be the peak unless like
Oh, I mean Matt Reeves, The Batman.
yeah, Matt Reeves Batman with it looks good. Batgirl looks interesting. I think when I seen like the images, like it's gonna be cool to see him. We're getting Firefly, so yeah.
It's interesting though that we do not get no red-headed Babs, and we're just going to get the black girl wearing a red wig. I'm not sure what I feel about that. Like, I get the diversity clause, I get it, I really get it, but at the same time, I'm remembering Fan Stick, and I didn't really mind the Sue and Johnny not being really blood related, but they're just like siblings by adoption, which is all right. They're still siblings. They have to bond, but at the same time, it's like you gotta take a break. Like sometimes you just gotta. I know you want to be diverse, but honestly, let's let be some of the other characters be diverse, or just create our own character for the movie just to add the diverse factor, and it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Maybe
I think that one.
maybe combine a character or two and just make this new hybrid character.
True, good to that. And like so, who the MCU's plan is for, Fantastic Four, X-Men. We just don't know.
We don't
Like,
know yet, and I'm not worried until we finish Doctor Strange and all this other content.
we
All this
saw,
BS.
we saw Doctor Strange, some Wakanda Forever 4. At some point we'll get through his story. And then Guardians 3 next year, I believe. Like sometime 2023. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get through before we get into Fantastic Four, the X-Men later on, maybe Eternals 2 introduces us to like an Easter egg of the true Galactus, not for Galactus.
Or maybe get a hint of him in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh yeah, we just like see like we just give his name drop.
Galactus. What?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Like just a name drop, and I'll be like, all good, because Eternals pretty much is setting us up for Galactus is gonna eventually be let's face it. Ashram looks really cool. I think when they get to Galactus, he's gonna be even better.
A giant white dude in metal fucking armor. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. He's gonna be awesome. Because they got Ashram done right. I'm actually curious to see what they do with drones. Did they bring in other special type beings? Possibly. All the others, I can't remember all of them, but yeah. Any other high powered beings, I'm sure they'll bring them in to make them cool or cooler than their comic counterparts are.
When you think of the cosmic hierarchy of the Marvel universe, I only know relatively normal regular information like everyone else. I don't really dive into that except for the Phoenix Force, the Galactus, and maybe something else like Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Silver Surfer will be introduced as well.
But what does this have to do with vampires? It's a different. There's like different hierarchies of the Marvel universe. There's supernatural. There are mutant relations. There are superhero relations. It's a lot of bureaucracy. None of them always interconnect unless it's like a big event. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about it. It's a separate thing.
Yeah, like we're gonna get him eventually as well. Like he's gonna be introduced. Vampires, ghosts, demons. They'll be around. Like, yeah.
That's for like more street level heroes who know what they're doing with that shit. Like maybe like Elsa Bloodstone, maybe.
Yeah.
Fucking great character, Elsa. I've only seen her in a couple of comics that I've read throughout the years, but she's a fucking great character. She's just a British lady that kills monsters. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She interacted with Jessica Jones. It was a total vibe. I hate that word, but it was a total vibe. Like, yeah, they get each other. Speaking of which, I want to conclude this with this now. Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, comic artist, writer, they are also of Jewish descent in the Marvel factor when it came to the 1960s. And what are they known for? The Fantastic Four, the first family, the pioneers, the beginning of the end for Marvel, at least having secret identities, depending. Everyone knows the Fantastic Four. They were a scientist, or at least Reed was, and they just explored the unknown, being scientists and having an establishment of a corporation, of Reed's patented inventions he creates. He made a deal with the government, so it's a thing. It's like also they go through red tape too. And the first Fantastic Four comic was in 1961 of November, first issue. And along with we got Spider-Man, and then like the Avengers by then too, and then eventually the X-Men, which is also important. But the thing about the X-Men, oh sorry, go on if you want to say something.
Yeah. Oh, and like Steve Ditko, Spider-Man as well.
Thank you. Yes.
And can't forget about him.
Thank you, Steve Ditko. Yes. They are like the creators of all these superheroes we know of, half of it, for the X-Men, it's very uniquely interesting because they are mutants, but at the same time, no one knew what a mutant was. Everyone thought it was really began with like with nuclear physicists of like humans interacting with it. That's how mutants are born. But it's later kind of more established thanks to someone from named Chris Claremont to really establish the mutant community as a whole of being an allegory for like race relations. Like if you're Asian, black, of native status, a Muslim, all that stuff, right? That's what is really hitting about that stuff. Jack Kirby, Stanley really started it, but they weren't really involved in that stuff. They were only in it for like a couple of issues, honestly, before they get moved on. And the X-Men actually ended in 1970. It got canceled because of low sales. Then Chris Claremont came in. He brought forth everything that changed the dynamic of the X-Men being a powerhouse it was from the 70s up to the 90s. And again, as I said earlier, go listen to Cerebral. He's a good content person with his thing about learning about all these X-Men. Some great, some characters are total new ones who I've never heard of. Like, I mean, granted, he rambles about the whole Candy Southern thing, which I swear I stand by that episode. I hate that episode, but my God, they go on as if she's like this paragon of virtue and a total Virgo. And again, I'm not gay with it, so this kind of baffles my head. Like, what the fuck is this about? What? What is this about being a Virgo is, and something about loving fucking what's Bruce Wayne's other girlfriend in the 70s, Mike?
Saint Cloud.
Silver St. Cloud. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, she's alright for time, but she's pretty much there. And
she is just there, and they're building her up to be this thing. Like, what?
She's nothing. She wasn't. Well, maybe like extent fiction, maybe, but yeah.
Gotham, maybe Gotham. I'll give you Gotham. That's as far as it
goes. Gotham. Like she's there for a minute. She gets pushed out a window. And with a parachute on, just like get by.
Actually, I remember we did watch Gotham. We were live tweeting it.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, like for all Gotham's, I guess, like flaws, I still enjoyed it. Because okay.
You were the only one that I knew who enjoyed it. Everyone else was just crapping on it immensely.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's stop being a jackass about being serious.
There were those comic YouTubers who are total assholes about that show, being all high and mighty with it.
Yeah, I guess it's like it doesn't serve anyone. Be a jackass about it, and like, this is enjoy it.
Enjoy for what it is. Enjoy the chaos.
Because like I enjoy Penguin and Rhythm so much. Like they can make a comedy series with those two.
It would have been fun if they did that.
Yes. Like that was great. And Cameron, the guy who plays Joker, he was actually good. Like,
yeah.
Like it's like yes, they didn't call him Joker for the PS3's thing, but I know what I'm saying. But whatever. Like I enjoyed it. What it was.
So pretty much, yes. Enjoy whatever you want. Don't let anyone influence us. Don't let us influence you with our negativity towards anything. Just enjoy what you like. It's fine.
Yeah, if you like BBS rated, doesn't bother me. Like,
exactly.
I know some people get all fidgety if you like. I don't care.
Star Wars fans immensely.
Yeah, like the last Jedi or the Rise of Skywalker thing.
Heaven forbid you actually gave praise to either The Last Jedi or even Rise of Skywalker, which is
I mean, there are flaws in Rise of Skywalker, but I enjoyed it. Like, I'm not gonna hate it because it was what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, seriously.
I understood because, sadly, Carrie Fisher passed on, so, yeah, it's sad that, we couldn't get what, I guess, control on it, but Gotta do what we do, I guess.
But thanks to, surprisingly enough, the side stories of the Disney Plus era of The Mandalorian and Boba Fett and all that shit, we're getting good. We're getting fed good with that content. And no,
I mean, you bring back Cat Bane. It's like, wow, you're really bringing it back. You know, I don't like the AI voice for Luke. That was terrible.
it was a fuck. That shit never. No, I have to deny that immensely.
I would rather have, if you're not gonna get Mark Hamill, get a real person.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to start establishing we can't hold on to these legacy characters any longer.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get some new blood, like that person that played young Han Solo. Come on now. What the fuck?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, him or get Sebastian or someone else.
Get Sebastian Stan, someone. We can't hold on to these we can't hold on to these legacy characters any longer. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, we can't.
Yeah.
We will be fine. Don't worry about us. Do what you have to do to make it more efficient.
Yeah, because like we all know that we're gamblers for their age.
Mark Hamill is a senior citizen. Let's go. He will always be Luke, but I think he knows too. Like, come on, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, like CJ's final, but if you're gonna get AI, then that just defeats the purpose, right?
Yeah, we could use like some younger folk for like Luke, Leia, and Han at this point in the timeline.
Yeah,
we know who they are. We know where the future's going, unfortunately. But
yeah,
let's just change the shit up finally. We don't cater to the hardcore cis angry white males of the Star Wars fandom. Fuck them.
Yeah.
God, I mean, just think about it. If you ignore them, they are just yelling at the clouds at best. Whatever.
Yeah, they're like the Homer's father, like angry man, like they're clowns.
But to finish this off, I'm so sorry for all these rants for going on and tangents. Forgive me. But the Chris Claremont thing with the X-Men thing was a big deal, and he was pretty much able to bring a Storm, like not Wolverine, but I think like Kitty Pryde, Madeline Pryor, all that shit from the 70s and 80s that Cerebro podcast goes on and on and on about is great, I guess. I personally don't see Chris. I guess I show appreciation and respect for Chris Claremont, but you're not going to see me like worship him as a god or something. I'm sorry. I'm more of I got into the X-Men by the '90s cartoon and was more stuck in the '90s, unfortunately. And and as much as I now see the negativity that the characters have, what the characters have done, Cyclops being a deadbeat dad, being cruel at times, and only falling for Madeline because she was looked like Jean Grey, which is also a red flag. Come on. That's a flop, and he will go on and on and on about the priority of Madeline Pryor being innocent and everything, and just deny it. I don't agree, mind you. I have a lot of things to say about some of the stuff he has said about this whole thing with the X-Men. They should not be bi. Well, then what about the rest of us who grew up with them in the '90s? Are you saying we need to be denied too with this? I mean, I'm a Cyclops Jean head mate and somewhat Emma Frost now, and I accept the fact that nowadays Scott is in a polyamorous relationship with Jean and Logan, and still with Emma sometimes. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that's only because it came full circle. These characters have been around for ages. So of course they would always have to grow with the times and just realize this is an important people in our life and we can't really get rid of them. This is like a fictional story, so we're gonna need to change this shit up. It's fine with me. I've come to terms okay, whatever. I can accept it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, these are fictional characters, so when we some people apply real world logic to fictional characters, fictional stories is well, that defeats the point of the guy.
Yeah, exactly. It's fiction.
It's
what do you
fiction. like we don't need an explanation about Superman flies or why Batman can't buy his way to save Gotham, because these would be boring stories.
Very boring stories with no. Honestly, DC is the equivalent of our best selves that humanity can be can be prosperous if we believe in ourselves and believe in the good of humanity and in justice and truth and honor and all that shit and hope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Marvel is more of the realistic view of superheroing. We still got all that shit, but it's more nuanced with family, friends, and alcoholism and all that shit.
Yeah, like darker issues. Then this is why I like Marvel from time and still is kind of like ahead of DC in terms of like presenting us like both the good and bad aspects of being a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like why a lot of fans think Marvel has like the better superheroes, but DC has like the better villains.
True. The villains are more better established in DC.
Yeah, like we know villains in DC a lot more than like Marvel. Like outside like I guess Thanos now and Loki and Ultron and Doctor Doom. Can you name any other like Marvel villains? Like like outside like like DC, you can name like Joker, Lex Luthor, Black Man, Cheetah, Killer Croc. Like you can name
Black
more
Mask.
Black Mask. Thanks to
Ma-
you McGregor.
Brainiac.
Brainiac. Like you can name more villains from DC than you get from Marvel because the heroes are better, but like Marvel that's like Doctor Doom. Here's like and Spider-Man villains. I didn't really know much about the D-list villains for a while.
Well, again, our friend Chris is a big Spider-Man head. If you were here, he'd ramble about Spider-Man shit immensely.
Yeah, like like Spider-Man villains we all know because he's popular, he's big. So we get his villains, but like the Avengers, no, their villains
Oh
were.
my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyone who thinks that the Avengers are still, my God, they were C plus at best in the '90s. No one cared about them.
Yeah, I knew X-Men villains were them. Like Magneto, see, yeah. But as for Doctor Doom, yeah. Avengers, no clue. Didn't pay attention.
Ultron maybe once every blue moon.
Yeah, like says Ultron. Ultron was like an exception, but that's because appeared in other comics.
What about that dude with the purple mask that was in Civil War that we like, and he did the Zemo dance?
Yeah, Zemo, like he got better. Thank God, because like when I first heard like that when he wasn't in the movies,
Exactly.
but he's grown. Like the actor who plays him, he's grown because he's really good.
I mean, improvising that dance, and everyone says, "The Zemo dance, let's do it!"
Yeah, like release the Zemo, release the full Zemo. Like okay.
I mean, honestly, it was a fun time last year with that thing.
Yes.
And stand by my girl Sharon Carter. My God, add respect to her fucking name. I am the only one holding up Sharon Carter to be the thing. I don't care if she's gonna drag me to hell. I will gladly follow her.
I mean, I'm hoping they continue her storyline and like the fourth Captain America movie.
Oh, that would be
great. Like I hope there's again for Kingpin return in the Echo series.
Oh my God, Kingpin is definitely coming back with Frank D'Onofrio. Yeah. He's coming back. He ain't dead.
I mean, he ain't dead. Like in the comics, yeah, he got shot. He's right. He just got blocked a little bit.
Exactly. And so Kingpin will still be a factor in the future of the MCU with Spider-Man somehow and Daredevil, hopefully. Charlie Cox will also still somehow be Daredevil, and so we'll see him pop up in the future. But to conclude everything I have just said about Kirby, Stan Lee, and Steve Ditko, some of them being of Jewish descent, and all that shit with Storm Kitty being created by Chris Claremont and him holding respect to his name, etc., etc., etc. All these characters at the end are great. They will stand the test of time even when we are unfortunately gone one day.
Yeah.
These are iconic legacy characters that we love. We might not agree with some of the interpretations behind the stories with them. Sometimes we will not always we will not always agree with other fans with certain things due to all their personal reasons or circumstances, but we all love these characters in our own way. And that they have and that the connection they have, that these were created by real people that dealt with shit due to hierarchy, bureaucracy, red tape, whatever you want to call it. And we should always put respect to them, to the ones who created all these characters that we can talk about and everything. And yeah, Mike, you have any closing words with this?
Yeah, like just these characters will last, once we're gone, and they'll continue. They're here before us. They'll be here after us. And once again, respect for creators, which is what I guess tonight's theme is because like I said, it took a long time for Finger to officially get his name linked to anything like DC related, particularly like that. And it wasn't until BVS and he finally got his legacy finally acknowledged. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad that, he died relative obscurity, but I'm glad like people are learning about him because he contributed a lot to Batman mythos, and he is very important comics history lore, and just like Joe Sucher and Joel Siegel, they they were important to the hierarchy of comics. It wasn't for them, superheroes wouldn't gain popularity. Like Wonder Woman, Captain America probably wouldn't come into popularity. Marvel probably wouldn't have risen. So yeah. So like I said, these characters are legacy characters, and they will forever be part of our culture. So yeah, and that's my closing thoughts.
And also, two more things for me. Bill Finger's name will now be in future words whenever we use like any of the Batman and everything. His name will also be added next to Bob Kane, which is great.
Yes.
And along with, and I guess this is kind of important for the nowadays thing, that even if the characters have been created by these awesome creators, and how some fans can be in denial about certain characters' sexuality, it doesn't really matter. It's fiction, but I can acknowledge that yes, there are some characters who pretty much might not have been intended to, but is like Bobby Drake. He's gay. I found out there was some pointing facts with Bobby being really secretly gay and everything, like saying, "Oh, it makes sense." Um, these characters are also human in a way. They live in their own fictional universe and they can do whatever the fuck they want. So remember, it's just for fun. It's not some woke shit and everything. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, like the whole use of woke is just also meaning and just like
Unfortunately,
me. It's just like now it's just like overrated. It's like, oh my god, can we stop using woke for everything?
seriously,
For every different
it's got gold real quick.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now I just want to control it. I see woke. It's like, oh my god. Just, I mean,
Mm. And with that, I think we can we can finally do this. We're almost 2 hours in, and
Yeah,
Mike, you want to tell whoever's listening to this at this point what's going to happen for you and the future of CJM Extra for now?
yeah. Okay. So, for those that know, in less than 2 weeks, I will be on vacation for a week, so I will not be on Chris's stream or CJM Extra, but I will, get some video clips and stuff. I'm gonna try to record some videos to upload, maybe through Forges in the meantime, and schedule them so that people can have something, I guess, to watch or listen on my channel. But yeah, but CJM Extra is still gonna, guess, be a weekly thing, but CJM is gonna kind of like rebrand itself in a way to
Mm-hmm.
focusing more or less on commentaries. We might also bring up news I've said extra in like talks if we want to, like on like Chris's streams. But we're gonna focus like on movies and yes, when I get back and once like I guess Dragon Knight is done, I will try to showcase Bakano, and if Rocky wants to watch, not I can like do what Chris does, you know, make time to show it for out of my thing through again because more likely I might have to watch multiple times for some people to get it. Maybe I don't know because background can be a little confusing.
Like do wah wah wah.
Yeah, it's like it can be a little confusing, especially those first 2 or 3 episodes until like you get used to the pacing because it's like 3 stories going on at various points, jumps all over the place. It's hard. I will try to guide Chris, and if Rocky wants me on again, just like I did with Jeff, we did her beautiful commentary.
Which I will post it under description where they can find it. It's great.
Yeah, thanks. And so, like, I had a good time with Jeff, and like I said, back when it was an underrated series, but thankfully, light novels are still out so you can get them. It delves more deeper into backstories.
Light novels always go into deeper stories, but they're trying to interpret with the
And,
fucking anime.
and, and obviously, it's going to be easier for people to understand because I don't think it jumps back forth as much. The anime just wanted to like, put together storyline as quick as possible. So I guess in 16 episodes. So we will definitely do that in the future. And yeah, and of course we will tackle Batman some point as well.
Yeah.
CGM, and yeah, so that's pretty much the future of CGM so far. Not sure what Chris will plan after games are done, except for like Halo 2 Legendary runs up. We'll be doing that with Ben. That's probably gonna be after King Hearts is done. But and he might do Yakuza, like the Yakuza series after Persona. Did it promise Rocky? He would. So, but for Wednesday, who knows what his plan is. Just basically keep it here. We'll let you all know.
Yeah, so Mike, safe travels. Keep me updated with whatever happens on your trip if you can. Um,
Uh-huh.
and I will most likely be doing something. I'm probably gonna do something with Ben next week with CJM Extra. We'll see,
Gotcha.
but we will. That will be. But this will continue on,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see what other fine tune we'll be doing with this. But again, this will still be a thing, but we'll see what happens with the original CGM as a whole in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, Mike, thank you for introducing me to the factor of Bill Finger's name and his great contribution to Batman
Mm-hmm.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Show appreciation for the creators, even and also the ones who are writing the characters now. Even if you don't agree with some of the things in the story,
Mm-hmm.
they're still writers at the end of the day. So throw some love at them.
Yes.
So support them with reading the comics and or just learning about this thing for yourself because comics are not for kids. This is greatly underestimated. Comics is a reading medium just like any other thing. Like any not books I've read. Like Stephen
Mm-hmm.
King, Piers Anthony, Terry Brooks,
Mm-hmm.
Kate White, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
It's all good
reading.
right.
Yeah, it's all reading material and it's fiction. So have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, for now, I am Jeff.
And I'm Michael.
This is CJM Extra, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.